Good morning, everyone. My goodness, look at all these people. Good morning. Good morning, Holly, Kim, Roz, Suzanne. Who else have I got on here? Glenda, Mum, Marlene. And you're all on there having a little chat. So Mum wants rain. Okay. No, it does get very dry. And I can understand it because she's got some lovely plants that my brother looks after. And yeah, so when I go up and get Mum in probably 3 weeks, I think it is, I'll get to see some of her lovely plants. She's always been a gardener, and my brother, who was never a gardener, um, has been making beautiful little gardens and everything, and they keep telling me about this archway they have, so I must go up and have a look. Alrighty, so here it is. What would you call it? Sultry. It's not blue skies, but it's not cloudy either. It's skies are sort of a milky color. So there you go. So this morning, I'm going to be mixing several bundles together. So we do tend to, when we get a bundle, we work with that bundle, and then we work with the next bundle and the next bundle. So it's going to be one of those, let's mix a few bundles together and see what we can make out of it. Alrighty, we still have, of course, until the end of October, we've got the wonderful $60 joining offer. You get $235 worth of product just for your $60. Absolutely fantastic. Anyone who joins now has basically 6 months to stay as a demonstrator. Remembering, demonstrator is just a word. It doesn't mean you have to do anything in particular. You can just sit at home and do cards for yourself, and that is perfectly fine, but you get your discounts. You also get your reward points, which is wonderful. So you've got blue skies, Suzanne. That's good. Roz, you've got hurricanes have been passing by your. I see England actually got a huge storm the other day. Called Amy, which was a bit different. Yeah, stay safe. Oh, nothing to worry about. Okay. That's good to hear anyway. So that is the joining offer that I would recommend if you were wanting to get some product. Say you were wanting something big like a cut and emboss machine. So you could get that plus a couple of other bits and pieces for $60. So, fantastic bargain. If you were wanting to do the $169, you get $344 worth of product. You could get a lovely big box full of stuff for that. And it's free postage as well. It's a no-brainer. Even if you just wanted to sign up and never do anything else except get your product, it's all yours. All there for $60. Okay, I would love to be your demonstrator. So I do have, actually, I've got a shop with me up there at the moment. I can change that to a join my team. So if you're interested in joining, then go ahead. It's just a bargain. My kit class is on the 25th of October. Payment and registration is by the 10th of this month, so we're running out of time for that. But if you're wanting to join me, then please do. I think I'm actually thinking about doing some of these classes on Zoom. So just have to sort out. I can do Zoom. I've done it before when I used to, during COVID, when we used to do Zumba on Zoom. I just have to work out those final details. So that would be good. It's going to be 33 down there today, Suzanne. Really? I don't know what it's going to be here, actually. There's a bit of a breeze, not much. I'm just looking at the trees across the road here, and they're moving, but only just. I haven't even looked at what today is. What does it say on mine? Maryborough, it's 26 at the moment. The UV will be very high starting at 12. So there we go. All right, so let me stop yabbering and go on down to the desk because I have nothing prepared. What's new, hey? So I have nothing prepared, but we can wing this. We can do it. And you know what? I love it when we all get together like this, start cutting, pasting, putting bits and pieces together, and we nearly always come up with, not nearly always come up with Oh, Lynn, lovely to see you. Thank you. Oh, that's good that you've got no medical appointments today. Oh, one thing I do have to tell you, tomorrow I will be doing an evening, a 7 o'clock, 7 or 7:30. I haven't decided yet, because one of the girls in the office, her dad had an operation. He's not doing too well, so she needs to be there. So I have said that I will do her shift tomorrow. So my week of no shifts has suddenly finished. I'll do one Thursday morning, but I'm actually going away Thursday afternoon. So I won't be doing a card on. Hi, Sue. How are you? I won't be doing a card on Friday morning. Okay, or I won't be doing a live on Friday morning. That's me done. Let's go down onto the desk and see what we can do. All right, so I'm thinking branching out, peace on earth, light and wonder. Not sure whether we're going to use all of them, one of them, half of them. We'll just see where we go. I do like the idea of using this because I hope to use the doves, but I also want to use the branches. So before I do anything else, I'll just cut a white card base. If I can get it out of the packet, that is. All right. Is anyone taking advantage of the kit sale? Anybody like doing kits? I don't mind having kits. I like to change them around to suit myself. All right, so I'm going to do normal card size for me, which is 5 3/4 by 8. By 8. Like so. And get the old bone folder out and give that a bit of a burnish. And then I'm going to cut this piece to, this is from, I think this is the Light and Peaceful Garden, this one is. It's got some beautiful stuff in it, but I just like this for the paleness of it. Oh, Holly, really? Doesn't it always happen? You know, I always put an order in the day before they give us free shipping. Always seems to work that way. So I want 3 3/4. Now, which way? Is there really a way for this to go? I don't think there is. 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So that is going to go onto the front, but I'm going to use those because they're rather cute. But I thought I would use this larger frame from the branching out dies. So I'm actually not going to have a huge amount of that blue and make, yeah, I think alternatives, I don't mind doing one of each as it should be, and then I just mix them all up. I always have this thought that, you know, if you do the same as everybody else, there's so many cards out there the same. You don't always want that, do you? I'm an Aquarian. I'm a bit of a rogue, to be honest. And you know what? I don't care. So I have some washi tape here that doesn't appear to have an end to it. Well, that's weird. Go that way. There it is. All right, let me just stick this down a little bit so that it doesn't wander around on there, because I would like it to be fairly equal. Pop that on there. I still haven't had a chance to play with the mini. Okay, so I've cut that out of there, but I'm not going to get rid of this middle piece because I'm sure that at some stage I can use it. That's the only trouble when you pick a paper because you love, it's close, because you love it, and then you decide you're going to cut the middle out of it like that, and you haven't got a lot of the paper, but that's okay. That's pretty cool. All right, let me pop that bit over there. So now what I want to do is I want to cut lots of different pieces and mix the yeah. Yeah, I want to mix the sets up. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to cut some bits and pieces, which I probably should have done earlier, but I didn't. So, and that's fine too. And what? Let me have a little look and see what I want to do. I might have to get a bigger piece of green. Could use that. I just want to cut a few different things. So, isn't it funny when you don't want stuff, you can find it everywhere, and when you do, you haven't got it. Let's get some. This will be the next one I've got to get more of. Does anyone else find they run out of one colour of card more than others? Like when it comes to the greens, for me, it's Old Olive. I'm just going to cut that at 6 inches so that it'll go through the machine, but it also gives me another piece. All right, let's get some cutting done. Now, I can bring this onto here if you like, but I'm going to cut one of each of these in this because it seems pointless, absolutely pointless, me doing one and then one and then one, because I don't really know yet exactly what I want. Put on my number 3 plate. So I'm sort of thinking a little bit Christmassy, but we'll see how things turn out. So we've got, that's rather cute. Haven't done that one before. That's rather cute, isn't it? And chop that one up. We've got that. And then we've got this one. And then I'm going to do the same again in, let me see, what other colour will I use? Some reds and some yellows. We're going to go crazy here so that we can see what we can do. So we'll do them in red. It helps if you don't drop the frame on the floor. We need music, don't we? And no, I won't sing. You haven't heard my voice. Okay, so pop that one out. I'm loving that one. I think that's really gorgeous. We'll pop that one out. We'll pop that one out. Now, this is from the Peaceful Garden 12 by 12. So I'm going to chop a little piece of that because I want to use a bit of the silver. Which I believe Stampin' Up! Are calling green. Don't ask me how. I have no idea. Or why, to be quite honest. So let's get the glitters going. You can always use a bit of glitter, especially if you do decide to go Christmassy. All right, so this is these 3 again. Sorry, because I'm doing this, I am not paying attention to the chat, so I'll have to go back up. What's Kim been up to? Oh, that's wonderful, Kim. Oh, that's right. You have a male stripe, don't you? All right. Let me just poke this out of here. Oh, silver's pretty. piece of the long silver. Oops. And I did that red, didn't I? I don't think we need another red. Let's get rid of that. What else do we have that we can spare? Cut. So we've got some, oh yes, let's do some little stars. And there's some other greenery there. So those all go in one array and these will go in the other. All right, so we're going to, is that green or is that sort of green, isn't it? I think I've got some that's a different green. Let me have a look, see. I've put all my sparklies together and then I used some for something and I put them in a different area. So now, again, they're all over the place. I thought I had like a garden green one or something like that. Nope. All right, well, we can do this one, and if it doesn't look right, we just won't use it. So we'll do this. Oops. This is the bit that takes the time, and it should really be done like prior. But you know what? We all have a good chat, so. Hubby's just taken off down the road, so that's good. Now, I've got some little pine cones here, which I'm definitely going to do, but I want those out of the copper. So well, I call it copper. It's actually called earthen. Earthen something. Let's have a look. It's this one. And I don't have the, is that the one? Yeah, I don't have the bag. It's called, oh, sorry. No, here it is. The bag is stuck to something else. Earthen toned metallic, which is very pretty. And I was hoping I just had a little piece of it somewhere, but yeah, I do here. This one here. What was I going to cut out of that? Pine cones. Let's do it. Actually, I wish there was a couple that you could use to put on together so that it made it quicker. They're so cute, these little pine cones. So with the new online exclusives, the one that I wanted the most has been out of stock since we actually got it through. So I've got that. It's called Adventure something, and it's got a wolf on it and a stag, which is pretty cool. So I've got that. They're going to let me know when that comes in, and I was hoping it was going to come in the next couple of days, but so far to no avail. You can still get the dies, but you can't get the stamps. So I wanted the bundle. And there is another one on there which has got a panda, an elephant, a hippo, and a manatee. So I'm thinking I might get that one. as well. That way then I've got a few animals that I can play with. But I've got an order coming through hopefully soon. I haven't heard anything about it. Which has got some other stuff. Now, where did that go? That little one doesn't go with these, does it? Oh, here we go. Now I've forgotten. No, that one goes in there. Let me pop that away before I lose it. It's so tiny. All right, so stars. The stars I want to use. I have no clue what this is going to look like. Look at this secret seed. But I'm thinking I'm going to cut some of this. And do some stars. My goodness. So my cat sat up in the window again. These are so tiny. Look at this. Tiny little stars. I might just do the 3. I don't see that I'm going to need any more. Okay, let's see what we can do with this now. And if I need to do that afterwards, I will. All right, do we think we've got enough different colours and what have you? So I'm going to actually cut a background in white so that I have something to work on, because I don't want to actually work onto the main card. So this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. And this is going to sit under this, which will then sit on the, get rid of that. So my plan is to use all these little bits and pieces and have them here. But before I do that, I just thought, remember I told you I was going to clean all my blending brushes? Well, that hasn't happened. So what I'm thinking is I want to put a colour behind all this, but I'm not sure what yet. I was going to do green, but I'm thinking not now. I'm thinking maybe let's do something like pecan pie. Let's do something like that, just to give it another. Now all I want to do is just put some in the middle, just so that we don't have a big blank white spot. Just gradually work that round. Hi, Debbie. If I've missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Anyone who's sitting in the background just watching, join in. The ladies here and the gentlemen, when we have them, because we do have them, are really, really friendly. Yes, anybody who wants to go on the list, you can contact whoever, and one or the other of us will make sure that you get onto the list. Just give that a tiny bit more like that. just going to pop. I'm going to put that, I'm going to actually stick that down now. Why are you doing that? You're new. It's because I'm trying not to put too much. That's what's wrong with that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that straight down on the top. Get rid of that before I put. Now, the plan is to have these bits and pieces coming out. I'm just going to layer lots of bits and pieces up so that we get it's quite cute, but it's too long. I'm going to cut it in half. Cut that bit off so that it doesn't look silly. And we can pop some more here. Now the plan is to just have hi Leslie. So just popping all these bits and pieces, and I want most of it to come out of the one corner so that we've got like this little conglomeration of color, if you like, popping out of one corner. And then I might have a couple of pieces just popping out of here. Keep it simple. And then in the middle there, I am going to have, I think, I'm going to do a dove. Do we think a dove in the middle? Perhaps not that one. Maybe, oh goodness me. So we've got all that sitting in there, some sitting up, some sitting down. Maybe a dove in the middle, and or shall I just put, maybe just put maybe something like peace on earth. Make it into like a different sort of Christmas card. How about we do that? I think I might do that. But what I might do is stamp that first before I stick everything down, because I'm going to stamp it. No, I'm not. I'm not that brave. I should put it on there, but I was thinking I might like to emboss it. All right, so here we go. Lots of little bits and pieces. Get out the silicone mat. I'm sorry we took so long to cut all those pieces out, but that's okay. Silicone mat, a little bit of glue there, and a lid if I had one. And a little tool. Yes, definitely. Yep. It's so fun to receive the happy mail. All right, so I'm going to start this up the top here because otherwise it gets really messy. And I'm just using this silicone, I suppose it's a baking. So I want that. I'm going to start that coming straight down from there. And then maybe maybe a silver sprig coming out of here, because I don't want them all flat. I want some of them go. Let's do a nice red one. The way this is going, I can see me putting a bow up here. Did you hear that? Oh, you're waiting for the deer? Oh, the bears would have looked good. The bears would have looked awesome. I'm just going to feel free if you want to pop it through on the Facebook page. Oh, I don't know whether I've got it set that other people can't post on it. I had a bit of a... It's really hard to know, isn't it? With your Facebook page and that, like with you guys, obviously, if there was anything from any of you, it wouldn't be a problem. But I got a message yesterday from somebody, but that I hadn't heard of. And then when I popped into their, when I popped in to see, you know, their Facebook page, as you do, there was only like 3 friends. And then you have to think, well, has this person only just joined? You just don't know, do you? So I've just popped a couple of dimensionals and half dimensionals on here. It's like you look at things and you think, oh, that's really pretty. And then you look a bit closer and you can see that it's AI. I just want to roll that under. I just want that one to sit up just a little bit. And then maybe the green one. I like that there, don't you? So we'll pop that one down. It'll go flat. The good thing about this is you don't end up with a... I only said I might. I didn't definitely. I don't even know if I've got one that'll match. I probably have somewhere. And then I'm thinking another one of those in there. And then that's probably going to be enough. I do want one of those long ones in there, though. 2 bows in a week. That's probably it for the rest of the year now. Don't you know that, don't you, Roz? Pop that down. The good thing about these is that you can move them around a little bit. Did I actually want that one there? Yeah, I do. But I'll stick it under a bit. There we go. So that's given us that down there. Now then, let me get rid of this in a bag so that I can't put my arm on it. I don't even know what colour bow I would do, Roz. I really don't. I'll tell you what I do have, though. It's been hanging around on my desk for a while. I don't even know if this is still current, but hey, I've got that one, which would probably sit on there. Make it a bit smaller because it's a bit big. Oops. Get out your sharp scissors, Ray. Oops. What do we think? Do we think we need that? I'm not going to put it on there yet. You're going to have to tell me bow or no bow. But I think that one's too big, I think. I think. What other colours have I got? Nothing in red. I could do just a little silver one, which might work because I've used silver. I don't have to get the whole thing off, do I? Let me grab some silver and see. See how I go with that. My husband's made me a rod up the top here. Oh, I think that might work better. Not often. I don't even allow myself to have sharp stuff a lot of the time. Oops. That didn't work. See why I don't do bows? Four foot of actually this one might look nice if it's got, I think that looks much nicer than the red one. And I think I'll give it a bit of a tail. You know, Roz, you say that years ago when my friend and we used to do the markets. We used to do a lot of folk art, and we used to make cushions. And I think I've told you before, or said it on here before, that I'll think about that one, that we used to send to the States for materials to make the cushions, because we used to do Pokemon. So we wanted Pikachu, and you could not get that in Australia for love nor money. It just wasn't available. So we ended up sending it. Anyway, long story short, my friend Rose got this. It was like an electric fabric cutter. And she was there one day and she was doing her thing and cutting out panels and what have you. And I said to her, be careful, Rose. I said, don't you go cutting yourself. Well, that must have been the wrong thing to say, because the next minute she's looking at me with her eyes wide open and grabbed hold of her hand. And I'm like, you've cut yourself, haven't you? A bow maker. Oh, goodness. No, I'm all right. It's just bows. It's bows in general. I'm not a bow person. I don't mind them, you know, in some situations, but in a lot of situations, I don't like them. So what I want to do there is I want to pop a couple of pine cones down there, like so. So I'll do that. I'll stick this down first because the sticky tape isn't going to hold it for sure. So I'm going to stick that there like that. And then we'll have a couple of pine cones. Now we have to watch these little devils because, sorry, I'm working off of, they do have those little, this is annoying me because it's a new one. Susanna be telling me it's time to get one of those machines that she's got. Okay, so I just want to pop a couple of these little pine cones on here, just to cover up the sticky tape, really. I could have done it with tear and tape. Yeah, that's the thing. When I buy when I buy a suite and it's got the ribbon. I don't mind ribbon actually like flat down. I don't mind ribbon. I'm just not that keen on huge bows on everything. Not everything needs a bow. So I'm thinking I'm just going to pop that on there like that. I will put that one there though. So we'll use a glue dot for that. Does everyone agree that the silver one looks okay on there? I forget to use it. Okay, so let's grab a glue dot. Pop that on there. And then I'll probably maneuver that a little bit when I put it onto the card base. And I'm assuming somewhere in this mess I've got a card base. All right, that, and I'm just going to, I want to put a couple of these in here. I think they're so cute. But I was going to put the message in there as well. So I'm not really sure whether to just go ahead and try and stamp it or whether to stamp it on it's just going to fit in there. That's the thing. But what I might do is pop it onto, let me see, let's see what we've got. Oh, it would fit on there, but I haven't left room for it, so can't do that. Let's have a look. That would have looked nice actually, I think. Will it fit in there? Yep, it'll fit in there, and I can pop that in there. So let's do that. I'm just going to use a piece of white. I'm not going to get too fancy here. Cut out a circle. And then just to make that, I love stylish shapes, haven't you? Just to make that work in with the rest, I just want to just pop a little bit in the middle and then a bit more around the edge. Let's do that, it's easier. Okay, so there's our circle, and I'm going to put peace on earth on there, but I'm going to definitely let's move that out of the way. Put that there. Don't lose those, Lorraine, because you still want them. All right, this show on the road. So I'm going to do this in, ooh, what did I do there? Thankfully, that'll cover it. That must be what I did. Are you starting radiation next week? It's not easy, is it, Debbie, when you reach that stage where you know that a loved one would be better off in spirit. It's, you know, we know then that they are going to be fine. And we will grieve for ourselves, but eventually we just learn to have the memories. All right. I can fully understand what you're going through. I went through similar. Mum and I went through similar in the family. So we've got peace on earth, which we're going to pop in there like that. Let me wipe this desk, otherwise I'll have it everywhere. Yes, I can see what I did. I must have put that on there just before it dried. So rather than, I can probably pop that up. It doesn't come up high enough to make too much difference. Let me get rid of this first. Polished silver. There you go. That's what we have. Polished silver. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of all that so that I know where it is when I want it next time. Okay, let's go. Let's put some dimensionals onto here. I have to go grocery shopping today. Because we're going away for the weekend, I don't need a lot. But I still hate it. You know, when my husband worked, he had no interest at all in going shopping. He probably wouldn't even have known which shops I used or where I got the stuff from. Now he's retired. My goodness. He seems to love the shops for some reason. Okay. Little stars. Put one on there. Put one there probably. One there. Little pine cones. I want a couple of pine cones coming down out of that bow. And then probably, let me see. No, the trouble is that means I've only got 4, so I might put 3. I might we'll see. Let me get those glue dots again because I think that's going to be the best way to do this. Okay, so we're going to have a little glue dot on this one. Let's pop him under there. And a little glue dot on this one. And glue dots is another thing that I forget to use. That's there. I've got 2 there and 2 there. I could put another one there. No, look, who's counting? We're not counting, are we? We're not going to say, oh my goodness, Lorraine's just made the biggest mistake by only putting those on. Alrighty. There is, I think we're done, the front of our card. All I have to do now is find, in in amongst all this, and I did cut a card base, didn't I? I most definitely did. I have absolutely no idea what I did with it, so we'll just cut another one. And I'll find it, and it'll be fine. Now I've got a dog wanting to come in the door, I think. Five and 3/4. You wait, I'll do this and then I'll find the other one. By 8. Fold this in half. I remember doing it because I remember grabbing that. Okay, and now, oh, I haven't stuck those on, have I? Now I've lost a little star. I'll put those on in a minute. Okay, so it's probably down in there. Nope. Now I'm going to pop this onto the front of here. Yes, yes, exactly, Kim. The phone calls and the do we need, and you didn't write this on the list. Well, don't tell me what I didn't write on the list. Like, seriously? Yeah. Well, how much of this should I get? Well, you know, Mum laughs when she's here. Now that bow is going to be a little bit over the top, but hey, that'll do. So we have our card. I can't pull it in because I did it with a, what do we think? Yes, exact information, and then you can't go. Yep, that's true too, Debbie. That is so true. I did want to put a couple of these little stars on, but I really wanted 3, and I've lost one, and I put them over here, so it could be anywhere. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, believe me. I could still put one on. Actually, we could do a bit of Link of Stella sprinkling on here. Give it a bit more sparkle. I haven't done an inside yet. I'll quickly do that in a second. And we got some wink on there. I might just use one little star. I'll see. Well, let's get the, now I'm not even going to, we have these, of course, which go with this, which I like. And it would probably be best to stick with that. So our choice is going to be, are we going to use the Secret Sea, the one that goes more with this paper, a cloud cover, or the white? What do we think? I am going to put one of those little stars on, you know. Oops. Now I've lost everything. Hello, can you all see me, hear me, anything? No? Where have you all gone? There it is. Ah, hang on. Ah, I think I have you back. Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. I pressed on something that I probably shouldn't have pressed on. All right, which one do you think? Do you think we go with... Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, lovely. Thank you. It went blank. My screen went totally blank, so I didn't know if you could hear me or not. All right. Secret C. That blue, cloud cover, or white. What are we going to do? We're just going to pop 3 on there. I'm thinking maybe these ones here. What do we think? Misty Moonlight or whatever it is. Is it Misty Moonlight? Something like that. Okay. While we're talking about that, or you're talking about that, I'll just quickly cut an insert. I won't tell you what I just did, so let's put that up there. It didn't sit properly and they've all fallen along the floor. 5.5 by 3 3/4. You do the 5.5, 5.25, 5.5. What my dog is barking at. Gold druzy, Misty. Misty, yes, Misty or gold druzy. I think because I've got silver on here, Deb, I'm not sure that the gold would... yeah, all right. Because I'm going to put a cup. I wanted to put one of these on, but because I've lost the third one, I'm having hyperventilations over it because I don't like using an even number. So, I don't even know what I'm going to put on the inside yet. Maybe just cut some of this off. One of these and piece of one of those. Have I got any silvery ones left? I bet I haven't. Nope. What else have I got in bits and pieces? Here's a piece of something, but it's not the same. It's not what we've used. Maybe I will just I'm thinking maybe just cut a dove and put in there. Let's do that. Seeing as I wanted a dove on there somewhere and didn't get one. What paper have I got to do that with? I've made a big mess here today, you know. Let me cut a dove out. And I'll just stick that in there. Whoops. And I'm just going to stick. I'm not going to put that on yet. You couldn't see. Oh, you couldn't. Okay. So just so you can see, we've got some silver here. Yeah. Alrighty, let me stick this on the inside. This will be the sentiment, and I think we will go for the Misty. Like that. And then we'll pop 3 of these on, and we are home and hosed. So let me go one of the bigger ones, maybe down here, and then a couple of the smaller ones up here. No, that's the sticky side, Lorraine. There we go. What do we think? Excuse me. That's exactly right, Sue. Yeah. The blue stars come out of the piece on Earth. So you get three little stars. You get the doves. You get the two of these. So one's bigger than the other for popping them inside and what have you, which is lovely. Okay, so there's our card for today. You love the sparkle? It is a bit sparkly. So what letters are we going to have today? M for mixed. For mixed, because we've used branching out. We've used the piece on Earth. Did we use the love? And we used, no, we didn't use the love, light, and wonder after all, but that's okay. So we've used the branching out and the piece on Earth, and we've used the, what was that? Peaceful Garden paper, the glitters, and this is the earthen. Sorry, I think, yeah, there you go. But that's definitely, it certainly wasn't expecting it to turn out like that. It's actually turned out much nicer than I thought, even though it has a bow on it. Okay, there we go. Let me come up to the top. Oh, I'm a little bit late. Susanna, you're not doing a card this morning. Why are you still here? Are you doing a later one? There we go. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and for helping and for putting up with me cutting heaps and heaps. See, for crazy. Yep, it was crazy, wasn't it? Thanks, Roz. See, for crazy. That's us. I think we're crazy. Yeah, so it's always hard to see them, isn't it, when you, but it's got a lot of color and what have you to it, and I think it would make a nice Christmas card. So there we go. All righty. Oh, you're doing 10:45. Okay, Suzanne, that's fine. I'll see you. Well, I've got to go shopping, but I want it to be S for sparkly. I better write these down. Get we'll get through this alphabet before we know it. Where's my pen? That's no good. I was just about to use a... Here we go. Let's use this. So we've got S for sparkly. And I can't spell. And then we've got mixed for M for mixed bundles. We could possibly do C for Christmas. Let's do C for Christmas. I'm sure that some of them are going to have like several, whereas bye Marlene, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. Oh, your restream is playing up. Now see, yeah, I had mine just went blank before, and it was because I think it was because I moved something, but I couldn't see my screen, but it looks like you guys could still see me. But I still have trouble actually logging in. When I first come in and I try to go live, it like just sits there. So all right, so we've got S, M, and C today, so we can put them, cross them off of the list. I will make that chart. And yeah, it's going to be fun, I think, to see how long it takes us to actually get at least one in every letter. All right, so thank you so much for coming on. If you like what I do, please subscribe, press the little bell. It helps to get the channel out there. And the more people that see the channel, then the more we can come on. So that's lovely. Thumbs up would be absolutely wonderful. And thank you so much again, everyone, for coming on. If you're driving, please be careful. If you're at home, stay warm, stay cool, whichever end of the earth you're on. And I will see you all. Oh, no, I won't see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow evening at 7 or 7:30 because I'm working tomorrow. I will definitely see you. D for die cuts, Roz. Yeah. I will definitely see you on Thursday morning, and then I go away on Thursday afternoon. So I won't be here on Friday morning, but I will be back next week. All right. Good to see you all.